Hi there, folks. I'm Gene the Pink Panther, and welcome to part 4, the final part of Super Mario Bros. We're starting off at World 7, Level 1. If you remember, I finished part 3 as normal Mario, because I got hit. This level is very cannon heavy. You gotta be very careful, and it gets very cluttered very easily. I recommend staying to the top in the cannon parts as much as you can, so that way it's not as bad as the lower parts. And just run past the Hammer Brothers when you can. This coin area, we actually haven't seen yet, because the only other one of this coin area that I know of is in World 1, Level 1, the very first level. And the thing is that you have to go past that, and then there is a hidden block with a 1-up mushroom. And it's either get the 1-up or get some coins. So I went for the 1-up. Like I said just a few seconds ago, you gotta wait for when you have an opening for the Hammer Brothers. That's usually when they're on the middle or the top platforms. And there is a power-up right there, but you gotta be careful when jumping across, because if you hit that block, like I said in part 2, and all that, if you hit your head on something, it messes with your momentum, you fall straight into a pit. And I almost fell in that very small pit. But yeah, and avoid the spring altogether. The springs, you know how I feel, they're evil. They are the most evil thing in this game. They're the ones that's actually running the show here. Bowser's just their minion. It's the springs that are running it. So we're back underwater yet again. World 7, these next two levels of World 7, they're based off of World 2's levels. That's right. The difference here, that only with a couple of slight differences. The difference with this one is that, obviously, as you can see, the bloopers, they're really gunning for you a lot better now. And, I mean, they'll hunt you down. So you gotta be watching for that. If you have fireballs, try and shoot him. But he shoots at a very downward angle compared to when he's standing. And don't do what I do right here. Alright? Don't do this. I'm stuck here for like 5 seconds because I was stupid and allowed myself to get stuck. So the fish ran into me. And all that. Avoid doing that if you can. Well, yeah, if you can. But again, the easiest way to avoid the bloopers, walk along the bottom. There are parts where you have to swim, like this big gap. And about the gaps, in the underwater part, they are trying to suck you in. So you want to keep mashing that button if you're at a gap. But yeah, walk along the bottom. The bloopers don't go down enough to hit you. It looks like they'll hit you, but they don't. And that was World 7 Level 2. It is a little bit harder, and it's a lot more clustered than World 2's version of it, but it's still not that bad. And this is what happens when you get 10 lives. That's the thing I've been waiting this whole entire game to show you. When you get 10 lives, you don't get to see the tens digit. Instead, there's this crown thing. And I don't know if that's a glitch or if they actually meant for it to be like that. But yeah, that's the thing I've been wanting to show off. I told you, it's nothing to be excited about. So, this is the flying fish level. The big difference is here... Well, actually, hold on a second. I made that jump so much better there, didn't I? The big difference about this is that there are Koopa Troopas. More of them. I think there were 1 or 2 in World 2's version of it. But there are a lot more in this one, so you want to watch out. And when you turn left, if you're left for like 1, maybe 2 seconds, a fish will come from the right this time and fly to the left of the screen. This will really screw you up if you're not expecting it, because you'll jump right into it. And I still have 10 lives. I love that. I don't know why, it makes me smile. This right here is the hardest part of the castle. Just, you want to be fast and make sure you're not hitting the fireballs. This is another maze-like castle. And what you want to do is you want to take the bottom path, then the middle, then the top. Then you come to this part. You want to take the top path, then you want to take the middle path. By middle path, I mean you can fall into the holes and fall down to the bottom path, but jump back up and walk along the middle path. Then you want to take the top path. And now we're at Bowser. Yeah, we're at Bowser now. These maze levels, these maze castles, not very hard. They're some of the easiest ones in this game. And he's throwing hammers again. As you just saw, and all that, you can technically run under Bowser as Super Mario or Fireball Mario. If you're Fireball Mario, I don't know why you would. But you can if you're Super Mario, but the thing is, you have to be a lot better with your timing, because you're so much taller, and he's more than likely going to hit you. This level. This level is very enemy clustered, and right here, if you have enough of a boost of speed, you can run across little gaps. You actually saw it in Castle 7 a little bit ago. There are hardly any coins in World 8, so I actually recommend doing what I'm not doing and just skipping them, because this level, especially this level, is very time oriented. You have to be very fast because there's very little time, lots of enemies, and it's a pretty big level. So you want to be fast, and don't do what I did right there. I mentioned in part 1, when you jump onto an enemy and you try to hop to another one, or hop on the same enemy if it's a turtle or one of those beetles. I think it's a beetle. But if you try to hop back on them, I always get hit. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I always end up getting hit. So don't do what I did. Now, like I said, there are very few coins, so again, do what I'm not doing and skipping them. Watch out right here because it's a little bit awkward. But jump in between the Koopas and all that. Come over here, jump over the Goombas. Don't try and hop on them. They're the ones that I always try to hop on and all that. Right here, you want to hop on him, kick that into there, and then you want to get a big boost of speed so that way you can make it across. And this is going to be something that you're going to have to do through all of World 8. And are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go! Mommy. I'm sorry, it actually hurts when I do that, so I'm not going to do it anymore. As you can see, those black beetles that you can't actually kill any other way, you can turn them into their shell and then kick them. Whenever I kick a shell, by the way, it always flies right back and hits me in the face. So I don't do that. But if you have Starman, again, you can kill them. This right here, you want to slow down. Yeah, you want to slow down because, you know, you don't want to fall into a hole at the last minute. And as you can see, I have 109 seconds left. And all that. That is not very much time. At 99, that's when you get the alert that you need to be moving. And we're on World 8, Level 2. This one's not as time crunched, but it is actually pretty tough. There are a lot of enemies and a lot of stuff you gotta do, and a lot of cannons. First off, kill the cloud guy. He gets very annoying if you let him stay alive, so just kill him off when you get up there. What makes this level easy is that, one, there is no checkpoint when you die. I know, that sounds like, why would that make it easy? But as you just saw, there is a one-up mushroom in this level towards the beginning. Because of that, you can infinitely continue to replay this level. Yeah, you can infinitely continue to replay this level as long as you get the one-up mushroom. Now, you don't want to run too fast and make it go too far off screen. You can a little bit, but you don't want to do it for too far. And this part, right here, you want to stick to the top again. Like in World 7, Level 1, you want to stick to the top. I did not, and I got hit because I wasn't watching to the left of me. I was focused on the black beetle dudes. This guy, watch out, he's going to jump up on the tube. He will always jump up on the tube. This right here, hardest part of the level. I mentioned that you can run across those little gaps if you have a big enough boost of speed, and you have to do a running jump. I mean like a full running jump. And so you have to be running across those, but the thing is, you can't run off the pipe to do the running jump. You can't run off the pipe and then the ledges, you'll fall right into the hole. I've tried this, and I've tested that out many times because I thought that that was really unfair, but that's the only way that I can find to get past that part. This is the only coin area in World 8, by the way. Yeah, like I said, World 8 has very few coins. I mean, very few. So they may not even be worth it to you. Right here, you can actually do what I'm not doing and just go and jump on the Goombas. But, I don't know, I was wanting to play it safe and all that. Obviously, don't jump down there where the black beetle guy is and all that. Wait for this Koopa Troopa, because, again, hopping Koopa Troopas on stairs, they are a pain to deal with. And yeah, that was World 8, Level 2. Again, it's not as bad as the previous level and all that. I made the previous level look really easy because I practiced the bejeebus out of it. But anyway, this is Level 3. It's not a bottomless pit oriented level. As you can see from the castles, this is the pathway to Bowser. We are going to go and beat the bejeebus out of Bowser. So what you want to do here is, in a situation like this, I mentioned before, if you can run past the Hammer Brothers, then do it. But there's going to be situations like this where you can't. And if they're at the top and you can't jump to them and knock them off with the blocks, because you can do that. What you want to do is, like with Bowser when he throws hammer, stand in the arc. Stand in the arc of where they're throwing and a bit to the left, because if they hop down to the bottom and you're standing right under them, they're going to land right on you. But you want to do that and stay there. If they land down where you are, just stay in the arc. It's a lot tighter of a squeeze, but you can do it. And then wait until they go onto the middle platform and then hit them off with the block. Now, in this level, there are 2 power-ups, and you want to get both of them if you're normal Mario. If you're Fireball Mario, then hold on to that. You want to have fireballs for the last castle. This level doesn't have a checkpoint either, and I recommend you go slow because the time crunch isn't that bad. But you want to go slow and kill everything because you want to save those fireballs because you're going to need them. They make the last castle so much easier. And like I said, there is no checkpoint. If you do not have Fire Flower or anything like that, when you get to this part, go and hop in the bottomless pit and kill yourself. No, I'm not promoting suicide. Thing is, you really do want Fire Flowers, and I'll show you why when we get to Bowser. But yeah, I'm back to 10 lives, by the way. This is the final castle. Yeah, this is it. We're going to finish the game. Yeah, here in just a few minutes. This castle, it's very underwhelming for a final castle, if you know where to go. It's another maze-like castle. And there's a platform right there. It's very hard to see because of the colors, and I can barely see it when I play. But then my eyes aren't the best. You want to go down this pipe right here because it takes you to the next area. It's a maze-like level, so you want to do what I'm doing, or if you know where you're going, go slow. I'm serious. You want to go slow because you want the Fire Flower. And fireballs, rather. There's going to be a hidden block. There's going to be a hidden block right there next to this pipe. Boom, right there. You want to take that, go up to this pipe, and go down it. That takes you to the next area. And this area is... It would be the scariest area because flying fish! Because of the fish guys. But the thing is, you're in here for only like maybe 10 seconds, if that. This is the worst part of the castle. Yeah, there are fire rods underwater. I don't know how that works, but yeah, there are fire rods underwater and bloopers. The bloopers are trying to gun for you, so you want to kill them if you can. And of course, avoid the fire rods. Like I said, and I keep stressing this, you want the Fire Flower. It makes the last part a lot easier. And all that. As for this part, just walk slow, take your time, avoid the fire rods and the blooper, because this part you can walk, and they can't touch you when you're walking. You want to shoot this hammer, brother, by the way. If you have fireballs. If you don't, then you have to actually time going past him, and then jumping over the pit. This part, you're good. There's so much stuff on screen that you can actually hear it. It's glitching out. It's crazy. And he didn't change sprites. It must be the real Bowser. This means this has to be the final castle. Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. We present you a new quest. Yeah, they forgot a word. What they mean by new quest is that there's actually a hard mode of this game. Yes, there's a hard mode, and this game's already pretty hard. I'm not going to be doing hard mode because it's the exact same levels, only they're slightly harder. And, wow, that's Princess Toadstool. She's awfully small, isn't she? She has red hair, her face looks a little deformed. She's obviously had a lot of work done. Between this game and the current Peach. She's had a lot of work done. And yeah. It's a very lackluster ending, but the gameplay is so much fun. This is actually the end of the gameplay part of this video. From here on, I'm just going to be explaining why I chose this LP of all games to do as my very first LP. And I'm also going to give my thoughts on the game. I'm going to be giving my thoughts on games that I do from now on because, you know, I'm playing them. I may as well give my thoughts on them. And there is going to be one extra video. I mentioned earlier that there is a little trick that at least I think I mentioned it. There's a little trick you can do if you die and get a game over, and I'm going to show that off in an extra video. It's not a big thing, but it is so helpful, especially if you're very casual and you didn't practice the bejeebus out of this game like I did for this LP. If you didn't practice and you're just, you know, casually playing, this is very helpful, especially if you don't care about score. Anyway, I'll be showing that off and some other stuff in an extra video, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so why did I choose this game of all games and all that? Especially considering there are so many, Super Mario Bros. Game LPs of this game, of ROM hacks, of later Mario games. Why did I choose this one? as I mentioned in part 2, I have played the first time I played this game was 19 years ago. And it is actually the very first game that I have ever played in my whole entire life. Yes, I played this game when I was 3 years old. As of this video, I am 22. And I played this game for the first time 19 years ago. In fact, I actually have a home video of me playing this game when I was 3 years old. And so, because I've been playing games for 19 years, almost 20 years, I wanted to do something special, which is where I got the idea for doing an LP, which I actually got the idea from a different LPer. Someone who is by far way better at this than I am. Not to say that I suck, I actually think I did pretty good. But this other LPer is Clement J642, and since I'm mentioning him in this video, I'm going to be putting his channel I'm going to be putting his channel in the description because his LPs are very awesome. He's done Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog. He's done the series of those. And you really should check him out if you're into LPs because he's really good. If you haven't already. I'm willing to bet most people already have. So, anyway, I decided I'd do an LP and I chose the very first game I ever played. Alright, so, and that's why. Now, my thoughts on the game. Before I go into that, I want to correct myself on something that I said in part 1. I said that I'm not very good at this game, and as you noticed, I'm sure you noticed, because I definitely noticed. In part 1, and in life, actually, I stumble all over myself in my words. I've gotten better as these parts go on, because I practice them. Yes, I practice what I'm going to say. But I've gotten a lot better. I said that I was not very good at this game, and that is not what I meant, because I only died once. I only died once in this whole entire game. Now, there are people far better at this than I am sure. I know there are people who can speed run this game and probably get it done in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, if not less, whereas it took me, what, like 45 minutes? So I'm not the best, but what I meant to say when I said I'm not very good at this game is that this is the game that I'm weakest at. I mentioned that this is the hardest Mario game I have ever played, and I am a lot better at later Mario games. I'm way better at Super Mario Bros. 3. Probably my favorite Mario game, by the way. I am way better at Super Mario World, which is a lot easier, but it's also really huge. But I'm a lot better at these other games, these other Mario games. And this is the one that I'm the weakest at. That is what I meant by... that is what I meant when I said that I am not very good at this game. So, now, my thoughts on the game. This game was released in 1985 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, as I've been saying throughout this whole game. And it was actually the very first game, and you couldn't have asked for a better premiere game. I'm serious, this game is awesome. It's so much fun to play, and I mean so much fun. It's very hard, which means there's challenge in it. You can actually get this game on the WiiWare, and I strongly recommend that you do. That's WiiWare for the Wii and all that, in case you don't know. But yeah, you can get it for 500 points. That equals out to $5 American, and that's a steal of a deal and all that for a game this awesome and this old. And I really recommend that you get it. Or, well, yeah, I really recommend you get it. And I believe that it was actually also released for the Game Boy Advance. I believe that there was a port of this game on the Game Boy Advance. I strongly recommend playing this game. It is a fantastic game. I made it look a lot easier than it actually is, because, as I mentioned not that long ago, I practiced the bejeebus out of this game. So, yeah, I strongly recommend playing it. I love this game. I really do. I love this game. It's very hard, but I love it. The only thing I hate about it, those flippin' springs. Those springs are terrible. Anyway, those were my thoughts on this game. There will be an extra video showing off some stuff, as I already said, and all that, so stay tuned to that. I have been Gene, the Pink Panther. This has been a Pink Panther Vision, and all that. The next game I'm going to be doing, because yes, I'm going to be doing quite a few games. There are quite a few games I want to do, but the next game I'm going to be doing is going to be The Legend of Zelda, also for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and that'll be up next, so stay tuned for that. I'm Gene the Pink Panther. This was a Pink Panther Vision, and I hope you enjoyed this. And all that. I hope it was fun, and like I just said, I hope you enjoy this. I'll see you later.